Hi. I have to dash off, but I wanted to give you the contract first. I'll let you read over the details, but congratulations.
Not bad. Seems we've maybe got some good news for the team, guys. After our first 4 races in, we've done pretty well. And we are about to start at Spain very, very shortly. So we've got team promotion. So we're the first driver over Verheyen now. And we're going to get extra R&D points to help us out massively as well. Can't complain with that. So 5th round of the F1 calendar, guys, at Catalonia. This is one of my favourite circuits in the whole calendar. And we're going to do our favourite tactic, which is the track acclimatisation programme. Feel it's something that's quite useful to have on this. I feel the qualifying pace I won't have as well compared to the track acclimatisation. I think I was looking at the tyre management as well, guys, mainly because I would probably get the target score. I wouldn't get like the perfect. I'd consistently be on the optimum, but I thought we'll just focus on track acclimatisation and we'll see how we do. I might do some tyre management, guys. Let me know in the comments down below if I should, because tyre management is something I am horrifically bad at. I'm known for grinding the front tyres so badly. The fronts just get killed to kingdom come. So we're already flying through this, and as long as we don't make a muck up, I would say we're looking good for hitting the secondary target score, which is what we want, because we want that 50 resource points. We want to have a lot of extra resource points to kick on and look at some other upgrades for the car, because we're just pushed ahead of Sauber for the weakest car in F1. So Sauber are now the weakest, we're second, and we're going to push towards Renault. So we're really racking up the greens and the purples, so we've done well. Just got the DRS on to go. Do we get anything? Oh, that is just that's unbelievable. Right on best score. Brilliant. So qualifying, guys, what can we do in our one shot? I will say Catalonia, generally for me, and the way the car's driving, the way I'm driving, I would say top 10 is what I need to aim for, realistically, I think, with this car, the way I'm driving. Like Russia, you can do the first sector, guys, in a P1. I've had previous where you can do like the first sector and a half in P1, but I know that it's generally about the first sector, so you can generally get after this corner and come through the straight, just coming up that we're just about to come through now, guys. This is where I would say you can get to P1 in just enough, and then you get overtaken. But obviously I'm not going to have pole, guys. There's no danger, because this is when you find you get caught, because the DRS zone kicks in and all the other cars like the Mercedes and the Ferraris just take you. But we are genuinely pushing this car to the limit. We've got the right kind of, I think, the downforce and the chassis weight perfect, the fuel efficiency's there, and we've got the engine power. The engine power is starting to pick up a bit more, and I'm going to maybe look at that a little bit more for the next few races. Maybe after Monaco comes by, maybe look at Austria and Britain as the main focus for engine power. But as we can see, guys, we've got 9th, and bar a couple of mistakes, I would have said that was a very clean lap, and I will take that every day of the week. Car's driven very well. Obviously Ricciardo's going to be ahead of us, but I'm not complaining. That was a great qualifying lap. 1:25.0. I would say I can drive a little bit quicker. I could probably drive maybe half a second more. But the Hondas of Button and Alonso, that is very, very impressive. To be 7th and 8th. Alonso always seems to do well in Spain, so I'm probably going to have to keep my eyes peeled. Bottas in 10th, Toro Rosso's 11th and 12th, Verheyen in 18th, not too bad from him, to be honest, a good qualifying. And the Renaults and Saubers at the bottom. So strategy, guys, of soft and then the mediums should pay off quite nicely. I think mediums will be a good, I think this is a good strategy. Obviously we've got to stay on the softs, or I like the medium soft routine, but I'm not going to complain. Should work to our style. So we've got Alonso in front of us, Bottas just behind. Can we get a good start? That is the question. It's not too bad. Alonso's not got the best, but we can't take that for granted, I would say. We're in kind of that middle ground position. Oh, oh, oh. Have we got away with it? I think we have. We've got 4th, guys, so we've done well. And we've got Ricardo bearing down on us. So I've got to be a bit wary. See how everything progresses. But Ricardo, for me, will want to make up for the last couple of races where I've just had his number. Obviously, on this first lap basis, I would say we've got good pace, which I expected. And if we had super softs here, it would be brutal on the car. Oh, a wee bit of a destruction there on the DRS sign. Bit wide, to be honest. And we've taken the ball hard. See, I hate that one there. It always gets into play. Ricardo's still bearing down on us. You just have to be a bit wary on some of the corners, because even if he just clips my back end, he'll just go spinning out and I won't even notice it. So I'm going to have to be a bit wary. Coming on to the pit straight, guys. 1:28.9 and a 1:31.5. I'm not too bad the first lap. A couple of mistakes I had made, so I won't complain too much on that. But Ricardo's not quite overtaken us yet. He didn't go and make the push. Obviously there's no DRS, he's just having to rely on sheer car power. And a bit wide there, recovered it quite well. But at the moment, it's quite encouraging. Just under 4 seconds for the first split. I would have liked, we would have been over 4 if we didn't make the mistake. So that kind of gives us a little bit of encouragement to see we've still got a bit more pace in the car to push up just a slightly stronger lap time. But the front 3 are just slowly pulling away more and more now. And we're just kind of having, it's kind of like bit hairy there. It's like almost like hold up on everyone else behind us. But there is small gaps slowly developing in amongst the field. 3.5 now. 3 seconds on Vettel and just over a tenth on Ricardo. So it's quite interesting how this is developing, guys. And I would say it's going to get interesting up till maybe once the pit stops have started to develop, once we see where everyone becomes in positions. So we've handled that quite well, first couple laps in, and I will take that every day of the week. So coming at lap 5, guys, Raikkonen's now bearing down on us. Raikkonen's got us, we've got away with that somehow. To be honest, I thought he was going to take us out, to be honest. But Raikkonen, Verstappen, I think Ricardo must be in that mix somewhere. I don't quite know where he is. Very. But there's a few folk that have pitted by the looks of it. There's a couple of folk that are further back than they are. Or is that maybe just how... I'm not sure, there's a few gaps. So maybe there's a couple of folk have had the early pit strategy. Maybe went on a few laps and then maybe went straight to medium or straight to hard, I don't know. So this is quite interesting. Could play into factor in maybe a few laps time. But 8 seconds behind Vettel. Right, lap 5. What's Raikkonen going to try this time? Is he going to take us? I've went a bit. Oh, it's a bit hairy. I felt something. I think Raikkonen did clip my back end. Now, because I was struggling to get this. I'm not sure. I think he did kind of maybe clip me. I should maybe try and look back at replays after the race, see if I can find anything. But I don't think he fully clipped me, because it would say collision with. It would either say collision. Right. Yeah, I think Raikkonen must have done something. But we're flying through the guys in the pits now. Yeah, you can see that Raikkonen's not too far ahead. Verstappen's just coming out the pits as well. And I am going to take him. He's just way too slow. And he's on cold tyres. The tyres now are heated up, so I think Raikkonen's went in the pits, so I'm not. It's getting confusing now in terms of what's going on. But Palmer's 8 seconds ahead and Verstappen's just half a second behind. Looking good. Right, Magnussen's only 4 seconds now. In the space of a lap it's went from 13 to 4. I think the AI have been fighting each other, and the 4 cars of Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Perez and Palmer, the 4 of them were miles in front, or like 13 to 15 seconds, and I think they've been fighting each other, and it's eventually caused people to go in the pits in the form of Magnussen and someone else, and Hulkenberg. So something's went amiss. I don't care, we're in 6th, we're doing well. Alonso's still bearing down on us, he's had a great race to be honest. Right, final lap guys. We've not got much left to go, we've done the first sector and Perez is the only man. Whatever strategy he's done has paid off magnificently. He's taken advantage of, I think it was a stop-go penalty by the looks of it, because something happened the lap before. Because it looked, there was a bit of a gap behind me, and then the gap went even bigger, and Perez was the one that seemed to have snuck through the gap, as if something happened. So Perez is taking advantage of whatever's happened behind, and I thought Alonso was, to be honest, going to take advantage of it, but maybe Alonso got affected by the mix-up, and Perez was the one that snuck through. But I'm not going to care, Perez has had a hell of a drive. He's got the strategy perfect to a T. He's finished 5th. For me, he's been the race driver of the day by a mile. And there's only 2 retirees. We've got 4th guys. But that was a very interesting race to be honest. To finish, go from 9th to 4th. Perez is 5th. And I think if it went any different, we could easily have been a little bit lower with the strategies. I think if Perez, Palmer, Magnussen and Hulkenberg, if they hadn't had that maybe collision, maybe that's maybe what the accident was, and it played maybe something similar happened there, but who knows. So looking at this guy, oh, Perez got a penalty, Jesus, no wonder he was driving aggressive. So he's that's why he was 5th, so he maybe caused an accident. That's maybe what it was. Werheim was 11th, Sainz was 5th, Massa was 6th, Hulkenberg was 7th, Raikkonen 8th, Gutierrez was 10th, Jesus, everyone's everywhere, Ericsson's 12th, Alonso was 13th, so he had to pit again, so he must have had car issues. Kvyat was 18th, so he's had 2 pits, so he's had an issue. It's pandemonium guys, it's been some race. So Palmer had a collision with Nasser and Palmer. Yellow flag, that's maybe what that was. Kvyat's had a legal blocking. This is mad, it's been some race. But I hope you've enjoyed this guys, I've definitely had an interesting one. I'm up to 39 points, Ricardo's now on 32. Manor's on 39 overall. Remember to smash the like, sub to the channel for new guys, follow me on Twitter at GZLine, check out the